What if I told you that thousands of years ago, humans may have built civilizations more advanced than what we have today, with technology so precise that even modern science struggles to explain it? These kingdoms didn't just disappear, they were erased from history. Stay with me until the end, because one of these lost kingdoms might completely change how you see human history. History class taught us that technology evolved slowly and steadily from simple stone tools all the way to smartphones. But what if that story is incomplete? What if it's missing entire chapters, or even entire volumes? Across the world, archaeologists have discovered ancient cities, impossible machines, and colossal structures that seem completely out of place in time. We're talking about feats of engineering that appear far ahead of their era. Think about it. No electricity, no computers, no modern cranes or laser cutting machines. Yet, the precision of their work rivals and sometimes even surpasses today's best engineering. Tonight, we're going on a journey to uncover lost kingdoms that challenge everything we thought we knew. These weren't just primitive societies. They may have been more advanced than our own modern civilization. Let's start with the most famous of them all, the lost civilization of Atlantis. The first account comes from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. He didn't describe it as a simple village. He described it as a powerful and highly sophisticated island nation. Atlantis was said to possess advanced architecture with concentric rings of land and water, an intricate network of complex canal systems for trade and irrigation, and technology that was far beyond its time. The story goes that its people grew arrogant and corrupt, and in a single terrible day and night, the entire island was swallowed by the sea, vanishing without a trace. For centuries, most people dismissed Atlantis as a myth, a moral tale created by Plato. But what if it wasn't? A growing number of researchers believe Atlantis was a real, highly advanced civilization that was wiped out by a cataclysmic natural disaster, perhaps a global flood or a massive volcanic eruption. The theories about its location are all over the map. Some researchers link Atlantis to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete, which was devastated by a volcano. Others point to mysterious underwater structures found in the Caribbean near the Bahamas. And some even propose a wilder theory, that Atlantis was located in Antarctica back when the continent was ice-free and temperate. If Atlantis truly existed, its people may have mastered forms of energy, engineering, and global navigation that we are only just beginning to understand. They might not have had iPhones, but they could have had something far more powerful. Next, let us travel to the sands of Egypt and gaze upon a wonder that has baffled humanity for millennia, the Great Pyramid of Giza. This isn't just a big pile of rocks. The Great Pyramid is an absolute masterpiece of mathematical and astronomical precision. It is aligned almost perfectly with true north, with an accuracy, too, within a tiny fraction of a degree. To this day, replicating such a feat would be an incredibly expensive and logistically nightmarish project, even with all our modern technology. But the ancient Egyptians supposedly built it over 4,500 years ago with little more than ropes, ramps, and copper tools. The questions surrounding the pyramids are endless, and scientists still don't have definitive answers. How were multi-ton stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, lifted hundreds of feet into the air? How were these stones cut with such surgical precision that you can't even fit a piece of paper between them? And perhaps most mysteriously, why does the pyramid's structure, particularly the king's chamber, seem to contain unexplained energy properties? Some theories suggest it can focus electromagnetic energy. This has led many to believe that the ancient Egyptians didn't invent this technology themselves, but inherited it. They were the keepers of knowledge from a much older, forgotten lost kingdom, a civilization that had a profound understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and physics far beyond its time. Now, let's journey across the Atlantic to South America, to the towering peaks of the Andes Mountains. Here, scattered across Peru and Bolivia, we find ancient stone structures that defy all modern explanation. At sites like Sacsayhuaman and Ollantaytambo, ancient builders shaped and fitted massive, irregularly shaped stones so perfectly that no mortar or cement was needed. The joints are so tight that not even a razor blade can be slipped between them. These walls are not just beautiful, they are incredibly functional. They are earthquake-resistant, designed to shift and resettle during tremors. That's why they've survived for thousands of years, while modern buildings in the same region have crumbled to dust. The biggest mystery is how they did it. The stones appear to have been manipulated in a way that seems impossible. Some suggest the stones were softened to a clay-like consistency, molded into place, and then rehardened. Others propose they were melted or cut using some form of unknown advanced technology, perhaps involving sound or light. It is fascinating that local legends in the region often speak of ancient gods or sky people who possessed a magic that could lift and shape stone. These beings were said to have taught humans these advanced building skills, and then, just as mysteriously as they arrived, they vanished. Was this just mythology, or was it a distorted memory of a real, technologically superior civilization? Our next stop takes us beneath the waves, off the coast of modern-day India. Here, submerged in the Gulf of Cambay, lies what many believe to be the legendary lost city of Dwarka. For a long time, Dwarka was known only through ancient Hindu texts, like the Mahabharata, which described it as the magnificent capital city of the deity Krishna. It was thought to be a mythological place until the year 2001. That's when marine scientists conducting pollution surveys stumbled upon something incredible. Their sonar scans revealed a massive, planned city on the seabed. We're talking about clear geometric patterns, well-defined roads, towering buildings, and a complex city plan stretching for miles. What's truly mind-blowing is its age. Artifacts recovered from the site have been dated to be over 9,000 years old. That would make Dwarka thousands of years older than the civilizations of Mesopotamia or Egypt, which are traditionally considered the cradles of civilization. This discovery could completely rewrite our historical timeline. And the ancient texts don't just describe a simple city. They speak of incredible technology, flying machines called vimanas, powerful weapons that sound eerily like modern explosives, and a deep understanding of advanced science. For so long, these descriptions were dismissed as pure fantasy. But with a real 9,000-year-old city now found beneath the waves, we have to ask, was it all just mythology? Or was it forgotten history, a record of a civilization with technology we can barely imagine? This all leads to a provocative question. Were these ancient kingdoms actually more advanced than us? At first, the idea seems ridiculous. We have the internet, satellites, gene editing, and spaceships. But think about how our society is structured. Our entire civilization depends on incredibly fragile systems. A massive solar flare could wipe out our power grids and send us back to the Dark Ages. A cyber attack could cripple our internet and financial systems. We are powerful, but we are also vulnerable. Now consider these ancient civilizations. They built structures that have lasted for thousands of years, surviving earthquakes, floods, and the relentless march of time. They did it without relying on a fragile power grid or complex global supply chains. Some researchers believe these advanced ancient kingdoms may have focused on a different kind of technology altogether, one that was more in tune with nature. They may have harnessed natural energy sources from the Earth itself, utilized frequencies and vibrations, and built sustainable technology that worked in harmony with the planet, not against it. What if their knowledge was simply a different branch of science, one that we have yet to rediscover? Perhaps that knowledge was lost after a series of global disasters, forcing humanity to hit the reset button and start all over again from scratch. So, if these incredibly advanced civilizations existed, why were they erased from history? Why are they just footnotes and legends? There are several chilling possibilities. Global catastrophes are a major contender. We know our planet has experienced massive floods, devastating asteroid impacts, and dramatic shifts in climate. Any one of these events could have wiped an entire civilization off the map, leaving behind only ruins and fragmented stories. Human conflict is another possibility. A sufficiently advanced, but self-destructive, war could have led to a great forgetting, where the survivors were too few or too scattered to pass on their knowledge. In the end, we have to remember that history is written by the survivors, not by the lost. It's shaped by what we find, not by what has vanished. The conventional timeline of human progress is a neat and tidy story, but the world is full of anomalies that don't fit. What if we are not the first advanced civilization to walk the earth, but merely the latest in a long, forgotten cycle of rise and fall? The story of our past might be far more mysterious and magnificent than we ever dared to imagine. What do you think? Do you believe ancient civilizations were more advanced than we are today? Let me know in the comments below. And which of these lost kingdoms fascinates you the most? Atlantis, the Pyramid Builders, the Andean Masters, or Dwarka? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And do you think it's time for scientists to seriously consider rewriting our official history books? If you enjoy exploring mysterious history and uncovering hidden truths just as much as I do, then please show your support by giving this video a like. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the unknown. And please, share this with someone who loves a good ancient mystery. Thanks for watching.